Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm filming when it's dark outside, so I apologize for that, but today I'm talking about how much it costs to self-publish a book. Yes, Kira is here. So today I'm filming from a different location, intentionally this time, because I sort of wanted to pay tribute to my roots of my, older videos where I was filming on my couch and you could see the dogs in the background. Rocky might pop in, the dogs might teleport. I thought it would be fun. All right, so let's dive in. I'm going to be going over category-wise how much I spent on each item, sort of how much you might expect to spend. I probably spent right in the middle of how much you could spend because you can do things for free. It is doable when you're self-publishing, or you can spend basically an unlimited amount of money. There goes Kira. You're supposed to be the star of the show. And now Kira's back. Oh, really quick, my book is now available. It's released. It released last week, so purchase links are down below. If you have bought a copy and you've read it, I would so appreciate if you would leave a review on Amazon or Goodreads. I have a goal for a target for Amazon reviews, so if you could definitely pop on there and leave a review if you've read the book, that would be amazing. All right, so my first topic I'm going to talk about is writing software. This might not be something people immediately think about when they think of self-publishing expenses, but having a good software and a good system it can save you so much time. You can avoid wasting time. I guess I should say it that way. If you use Microsoft Word, get a good system. I was terrible at it. It was bad. So I used Scrivener and I waited until I won NaNoWriMo to buy the full version. So I had a 50% off coupon because I won NaNoWriMo. That's National Novel Writing Month for those of you who don't know. And they give you a 50% off coupon if you win. So I used that and I bought Scrivener for $20. A great free option for those that can't afford that is Google Documents. And the great thing about it is you can access it anywhere on any computer. As long as you have an internet connection, you can see it. So that's the amazing thing. You can just sort of write and edit from anywhere. If you're interested in Scrivener, actually I have affiliate links down below for you guys to check that out. And I also have some videos, some sort of tutorial videos that I have on Scrivener. I will also link down below. Second category is editing. I have talked about in previous videos the types of editing: developmental, copy, line, proofreading, and the sort of price ranges for each one of those. If you're on a tight budget, I would say cover design and definitely proofreading. Cover design and editors should be you should not skimp on that. Anybody, it doesn't matter if you're on a budget, you should not skimp on editing. Get a great editor if you can afford it, because you're gonna learn so much in the editing process. You're gonna learn so much about your writing, not even about your book. If you get developmental editing, you're gonna learn what needs to be ironed out in your outline, in your story, but you're gonna learn so much more that you can apply to future writing. I can't even tell you how much I learned from my editors. It was ridiculous, and I feel like I didn't know much before. So definitely, if you get a professional who is amazing at their job, they will tell you why things need to be a certain way, and it will shed light on your story that you didn't know it was a problem. All right, so I have this up because I didn't do copy edits. It was kind of rolled into line edits with my editor. But disclaimer, I had my proofreader backed out on me and it was a bundle price. So it would have been cheaper. It would have been $700 cheaper than what it ended up being. So that's gonna jacks up my expenses quite a bit. So I spent $1,125 on developmental edits, $603 on line edits, $178 for a first 20,000 critique, and then for proofreading, I spent $1,050.09. So it was a lot. But that again was worth it because one, I didn't have a choice. It was a rush order. My proofreader bailed on me. very short notice, and I had so many little errors that I didn't catch. I've seen it a million times. Nobody that looked at the book actually caught, and I'm glad the proofreader caught all those, because it would have just been out in the world, and I would have, yeah. So I never doubted getting a proofreader, but I believe I got an amazing proofreader. Next up is cover design. So like I said, it is possible to DIY a cover design or a cover for your book, but every penny that I spent on cover design was a penny well worth spent. I would spend it again in a heartbeat. I don't regret at all using a cover designer, and I think I had an amazing cover designer. I guess a tip, if you're gonna design your own book cover, get feedback from people, from like industry people, not just like from your family or your relatives. Get it from somebody who is in the business and who can honestly tell you that doesn't look good, or maybe this should be like this. I have a video that goes over my cover design process and how I sort of got from point A to point Z. I had so many changes on my book cover, and then I have a different video that goes over sort of some basic tips on getting a designer and talking to them and figuring out what you want your book cover to look like. So for cover design, I spent $588.99. This included the ebook, the paperback, and then like the front, just so I could have the same font for like my title page inside the book. It was like 20 bucks to do that. So that is how much I spent. Next up is formatting. This is definitely something you can DIY yourself. If you're doing an ebook, I think it's called Vellum that you can use. I'm gonna put that right here in case I get it wrong. Or Scrivener, if you already bought it, that's not gonna be an extra expense for you. I used Scrivener for the ebook, and my battery died. So for ebook, I did use Scrivener. That was pretty straightforward. I didn't have any issues with it. I'll be doing a video on that, by the way, in the future, like a quick compile tips. You can use Microsoft for the paperback version. You can use Microsoft Word. I know plenty of self-published authors that do that. I decided to use Adobe InDesign, and this is because I already have the Creative Suite. I think that's what it's called, Creative Suite with Adobe, for editing my YouTube videos, and that is for the Premiere Pro. That's where I edit my YouTube videos. It's a monthly subscription, so I spend $49.95 a month to have access to all of those programs. You can definitely pay if this is not something that you want to learn how to do yourself, and it's money that you can spend on your book, and it's time that's going to be saved for you. You can definitely hire people to do formatting. Most book cover companies or book cover people, it might just be an individual, Rocky is shaking me. They also offer formatting for the interior of your paperback. So that's an option that you can check out. Since that's not what I did, I can't really give a price range for those services. But like I said, I spent $49.95. I'm just gonna include that here, even though it's something I already spent, for access to InDesign. And then additionally, I spent $29 getting some images for like the chapter headings, like the chapter pages. I have a sort of background image on those, and then for my little section dividers, I purchased that image too from Shutterstock. All right, next up is the publishing platform that you use as a self-publisher. Most people go with either CreateSpace or Ingram Spark, or I went with both of them for my paperback. I do plan on doing a hardcover soon, but for starters, starting off, I just wanted to keep it to paperback. So I do for basically everything except wide distribution, I use with CreateSpace. Then for wide distribution, I use Ingram Spark. The wide distribution means your book will be available for libraries to purchase, for bookstores, so like Barnes & Noble or any other, like a local bookstore that you might find. A lot of them purchase through the system that Ingram Spark uses. You can use CreateSpace for that, but some people don't. Some bookstores and sellers don't prefer to use CreateSpace because they don't offer a return policy. And I'm not sure how their discount is. Usually there's like an industry standard 55% discount for purchasers, but but I know for a fact that CreateSpace does not have returns available, so it's more of a risk for the bookstore to purchase 100 copies of your book without them really knowing how it's going to sell. And if it doesn't sell well and they're in the hole for 90 books, they can't get their money back on those 90 books. With Ingram Spark, they can. So it's less risky for them. That's what I decided to do for the paperback. I am using Ingram Spark and CreateSpace. It's the same book, same formatting, same trim size, everything. It's just widely distributed through Ingram Spark. CreateSpace is free to set up and to put your book title on. Ingram Spark is not. There is a $49 setup fee. You can get this back, which I do plan on doing, if you order a certain amount of your books within 30 days. So I don't remember how many copies you have to order off the top of my head, 50. It kind of is a lot, but I know for me, I'm gonna be ordering them for signed books and for any events that I have, so I might as well order them all right now and get that $49 back. And then there's also a $25 title setup fee. I'm 85% sure on that. I don't know if that's if you make an adjustment, then you have to pay that $25. Or actually, it might be first title first, like sign up. The sign up and then the first title is $49 together. I am not 100% sure on that. Always do your own research because I can't remember right now. And then any subsequent revisions that you make to your book, revisions in CreateSpace are free. You don't have to pay anything to upload a new version of the interior of your book or your book cover. For Ingram Spark, there is that $25. You got to pay it again for revision. So for publishing, I paid $25 for the title setup fee and then that $49 for the account setup with Ingram Spark. Follow on to this, I feel like I should have talked about it before, but ISBNs. So International Standard Book Number. I might have totally made that up. I tend to make up acronyms like that. If you own your own publishing company and you want that publishing company affixed to your book title as the publisher, you need to own your own ISBN. You can purchase ISBNs through CreateSpace and use their in-house. That's actually how you get wide distribution from CreateSpace. You cannot use their wide distribution if you do not have if you don't purchase an ISBN from them. But like I said, then they will be assigned as the publisher. That's not something I was interested in. I can go into that in another video, but I purchased my own ISBNs and it is expensive. So I purchased 10 ISBNs at one time. Every edition of your book needs to have a different ISBN, or every format. I can't think of the word right now, but if you have a paperback, it needs to have its own ISBN. If you have ebook, it has to have its own ISBN. Hardcover, audiobook. So I purchased 10 at one time for $295. Yes, that's pricey. That still bothers me that I have to pay that much, but my tip to you is to subscribe to updates from Bowker. I don't know if that's how you say it, my identifiers. Subscribe to updates or promotions or whatever they usually call it from them, because they do run sales. They run, I know for sure, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, they run a sale. And then Christmas time, I think they ran a sale last year, and it's usually like 15% off, 15% off, or like a bundle. Like you can purchase 100 ISBNs for like the price of 20. I don't know what it is. I wish I had known that because I would have saved some money. You also need to have your own ISBN if you want to distribute wide through Ingram Spark. I'm not 100% sure on whether or not you can purchase. I think you can purchase an ISBN through them, but it would probably be through Bowker anyway. You might get a better deal if you purchase a bigger chunk at one time. All right, so that's all of the book expenses that I had. I have my own expenses, like for my website or for this YouTube channel, but I didn't include those. This is just for self-publishing your book. So in summary, I spent $4,013.03. And I do feel like I should not count that $700 for the proofreader, but it was an unexpected expense, so I know I'll be cheating if I don't include that. But yes, this was actually more than I intended to spend. That $700 does make a difference. I'll just quit talking about it now because you can tell I'm still in pain from it. Even though it is more than I expected to spend, Don't be alarmed by this number because I mean, this is probably mid to upper on what you can expect to spend self-publishing your book. You can definitely do it for like, because there are things like the cover design or like editors that you need to spend money on. You just need to make sure the product you're giving still is great. If you decide to cut corners and budget, also like get to know people. If you know somebody that's a graphic designer, be like, hey, ever designed an ebook? Like, utilize the people that you know. But this is how much I spent. I would spend it all again because I'm so happy with my end product. I love it. Speaking of end products, I don't know why I didn't have it next to me while I was just filming, just so I can just have it all the time because I love it. It's amazing and it smells like darkness. All right, so shameless plug, you can now purchase this book and like it's released. My book is out now. I need to say it like that. It's just hard for me to say it because I feel like it still hasn't hit me. By the way, I have a Kindle Unlimited trial version down below so you can read it for free. Get your 30-day free trial and go and read it. Or just purchase the paperback because there's nothing like holding a beautiful paperback. All right, I will see you guys next week. Bye.